Hi, Julie Rader here with the report about the Capricorn New Moon happening at 12 degrees on January 2nd, 2022 at 10:33 a.m. here Pacific time. I love all the twos and all of the threes that this new moon is bringing. It's really bringing in an element of the numerology, of really just knowing everything's going to be okay. I feel really good about this new moon. It's the first new moon that we have of the year. I love that's happening. We have January 2 on 2022, and that it happens at 10:33 a.m. 33 favorite number anyway. For several reasons, when I see the number 33, I always know I'm in alignment. I spent 33 days in silence at an ashram years ago, talking, reading, or writing for 33 days, and it changed my life in more ways than I could ever verbalize. So let's dive right in. And if you feel like this video will help others, please share it. Like the video, subscribe. It helps me grow the channel. So I will be doing an overview of the new moon, as well as going through the new moon in each of the signs so that you have a better indication of how to use this new moon energy in your personal life. And I recommend listening not only for your sun sign, which that is according to your birthday, but your rising sign as well. And your rising sign, you can do a free chart on like astro.com. You need your exact birth time, and it will tell you the AC is your ascendant, that's your rising sign. Listen for that, as well as the moon. I always believe each new and full moon affects our moon as well, our moon sign. So if you listen to all three, you get a bigger, more broad, big picture view of how this new moon will affect you in your life. So Capricorn, a lot of Capricorn energy right now. We have a stellium, means 3 or more planets in Capricorn at the time of this new moon. So Capricorn is a very disciplined sign. It's disciplined in that if it makes its mind up to do something, it will. It's kind of the sign of the monk that gets up at 4 a.m. and starts their meditation practice. It is the sign of the parent or the authoritarian that makes the rules and has people abide by the rules. It is the sign that helps us set boundaries, and boundaries are important. It's important to set personal boundaries. I know that's my lifelong thing that I'm working on in my life, is to set clearer boundaries, because when we have clear boundaries, it helps us live more harmoniously. When we have boundaries in our life, when we have boundaries in our relationships, when we have boundaries in business, it helps people understand what each person's role is in the relationship, in the business partnership, whatever it is, so that there's a clear understanding. And then there's almost an element of being able to relax. This year, I'm homeschooling my children, and my children feel so much more at ease because we write out our daily schedule. That's a very Capricorn thing to do. Capricorn rules, the ruler of Capricorn is Saturn, which rules over time. So having these time structures in place. These are all very Capricorn things. Capricorn's the CEO of the zodiac. So we have all of these planets right now in Capricorn at the Capricorn new moon at the beginning of the year. I think it's really a time to look and say, okay, where can I set clearer boundaries? Where can I be more time efficient in my life? Where can I become the CEO of my life so that my life can run more harmoniously, efficiently, almost business-like, so that there can be an element of relaxation, knowing that there's a structure to my life, my business, my relationship, my parenting, all of it. So that's the Capricorn new moon in a nutshell. So this Capricorn new moon is happening at 12 degrees of Capricorn. And so every new moon is when the moon and the sun are at the same degree. So the sun and moon will be at 12 degrees. At this time, this is bringing in that solar energy as well as the lunar energy. So we know that we must internally bring out these Capricorn characteristics. Where can we provide more structure in our life, more discipline in our life? It's perfect for a new moon. I mean, the new year, having this new moon, it's, in the calendar year, it's the new year. Astrologically, the new year is actually at the equinox, the spring equinox. But according to the calendar year, which most people consider just mainstream, consider this the new year, it is way time for New Year's resolutions. Anything dealing with how you want to structure your life, how you want to be more disciplined, maybe in the way you eat, the way you exercise, the way you go about your day-to-day life. So at this new moon, there is a trine, a beautiful harmonious aspect to Uranus. Uranus has been stealing the show lately, and it will be no different at this new moon. So just remember on Christmas or Christmas Eve, depending where you are in the world, there was the third and final of 2021 Uranus-Saturn square, which is a big deal. And it's made 2021 exactly what it was, just unexpected events all year long. So this, we're still feeling the energy of that. Saturn, all those things I mentioned about Capricorn too, authoritarian structures, boundaries. Uranus, who wants to break through all of the barriers. So we've had 3 of those squares, exact squares. We're coming off, we're still feeling it because the outer planets move very slowly. So we still are feeling the last Saturn Uranus square that we had. But now Uranus, which is all about breakthrough, is making a beautiful harmonious aspect to the Capricorn moon and sun, which Capricorn, the ruler of Capricorn, is Saturn. So it has those Saturn characteristics. So it's almost like all of those unexpected things that we had happen around Christmas time and in January, and in May, I believe, was the second one of 2021. All of those things that maybe shook us to the core a bit. Now we have this beautiful harmonious aspect. We're in a point where we can figure out how to work with this energy, how to utilize this energy in a way that will help us move forward, and how we can continue to find freedom in a revolutionary way, yet in a structured, disciplined way. That, to me, is the feeling of this new moon, which is quite beautiful. Then we have Mercury, who has recently moved into the sign of Aquarius, where it will be retrograding in a few weeks, making a trine. Its first aspect in Aquarius is a beautiful harmonious trine, same element. Again, trines are harmonious, are easy flowing to the North Node. The North Node is our true destiny. Mercury is communication. It is really about how to write, speak. It also deals, because it has all the Gemini and the Virgo characteristics as well, that the Virgo being, again, I do feel like there we will find a way to speak and in an organized way, and write down and really even come up with a business plan for our life. I really feel like this new moon is giving us a lot more structure, and it's a grounding our ideas and how we can begin to see the path of moving forward in our life. So, and then later in the day, the moon, the Capricorn moon, it will then sextile another beautiful harmonious aspect, Uranus. Uranus is really active. So we have a lot of Uranus activation, which again, breakthroughs, revolutionary. It rules the internet. Uranus and Capricorn rules cryptocurrency as well. But Uranus is about breakthroughs. Where can we break through? Where can we find more freedom in our life in a revolutionary way and a non-conventional way? Mercury and Aquarius is very much like that too. Mercury and Aquarius is doing things in a way that are not normal or that are untraditional, non-traditional. So this is the energy of this one. Structure, breaking through, and I do feel like we can get some epiphanies at this new moon, around this new moon. Remember, it's not just at the new moon, but it's the time leading, it's the dark of the moon leading before it, the days after, really setting your intentions, maybe a few days later, right when you see that first crescent of the moon, the first light of the moon. And then also at this new moon, the moon will be squaring that. It's more of an energy of tension, Chiron, which is the wounded healer. So maybe we are realizing that it's important to move beyond some of our past hurts. Maybe it's time to communicate with those who have hurt us or have perhaps even heal relationships with others so that we can move forward. And I feel like we'll be able to do it in a way where we're setting boundaries, we're speaking up for ourselves, and in a really beautiful way. That's really the only main challenging aspect of this new moon. So now going through the new moon in each of the signs. And again, listen for your sun sign. If you know your rising and your moon, listen to those as well. So for Aries, this is happening in your 10th house. All this Capricorn energy in your 10th house at the beginning of the year. It is really about new beginnings in your career. This is the career house. It's a house of social status. If you're not working, it's about your social status or where you want to shine out and be in the spotlight in your life. Really write it. This is a great time for you, Aries, to write a business plan. It doesn't have to be for your business. It can be for your life, for your relationships. What do you want? Relationships really are business partnerships in a sense, especially marriages. So what do you want that to look like? What's important to you? Write it down. Write it down. Be clear and find a way to set the boundaries where you still feel freedom in your career, in your social status in general. Taurus, this is happening in your 9th house. So all this Capricorn energy in your ninth house, you may really be drawn to exploring things on a deeper level. You may be thinking about relocation to somewhere that you would have to take a plane to get to, somewhere farther away. You may be drawn to spiritual pursuits or delving deeper into a subject that you've been working on or wanting to learn about. And you may feel like taking a deep dive into something philosophical, religious, spiritual. So these are all themes for you at this new moon. Gemini, this is happening in your 8th house. Gemini, there has been a lot going on for you in the last 18 months. The North Node has finally left Gemini and is now in Taurus. So for you, this eighth house new moon is really looking at, okay, what changes have happened for you in the last 18 months? And where can you do a deep dive psychologically? And you could be looking at your psychological the patterns you may, and where you want to perhaps break free. And maybe you finally find a way to break free in a way that feels a bit more harmonious, so that you can feel more structured, yet more freedom in your life, with your mental capacity. Also could have something to do with finances, specifically other people's finances as well. Maybe there's a new beginning in that realm. Cancer, this is happening in your seventh house, your house of relationship. So all this Capricorn energy in the house of relationship will really have you looking at, if you're in a relationship and you're wanting to take it to the next level, writing out almost like a business plan for your relationship. Or if you're in an existing relationship, renegotiating the terms of your relationship. Where can you have more structure? What's important to you? What's important to your partner? How can you find a way for both of you to have your needs met, yet still feel a sense of freedom within the relationship? That's a big theme for you. If you're single, writing out what is important to you in relationship. And with all this Uranus energy, if you're single, you may want to try online dating, because Uranus rules the internet, and you may have some luck at this new moon, around this new moon, by just putting yourself out there online, Cancer. Leo, this is happening in your sixth house. You will definitely be looking at everything health. So this new moon, you may be making some new year and new moon resolutions, dealing with your diet, your dietary needs, maybe just eating a cleaner diet, eliminating what is no longer serving your body. Maybe it's time to get rid of caffeine or sugar, even just for a period of time. Maybe adding some exercise into your routine. And this, you will feel a more of an ease on a way to break through perhaps some of the old addictive tendencies you have in the things that you consume and things that are dealing with health. You may also find that it's time to revisit your day-to-day routines and your structures, and put a little more structure, discipline into your daily life. Virgo, this is happening in your fifth house. You may find that it is, you are looking at, perhaps you're Virgo, you're really good at structures and having organization to your day. So this trine to Uranus may really have you looking at, okay, where can I break free so that I can still have the structures in my life, but maybe set aside some time and actually structure it in Capricorn way, plug in time to your calendar, into your daily life, for fun, for romance, for pleasure, for being more childlike, or for connecting with your children. There may be a new, just a new realm of possibility, or a new beginning in your house of children, romance, and again, pleasure. Libra, this is happening in your fourth house. Libra, for you, this is really about looking at your home and your family. This new moon may have you looking at the possibility of changing up your home, maybe a move, maybe with all this Uranus energy, Maybe it's even like a sudden realization that it's time to change your home, that you want to move, or that you want to, maybe you just simply want to rearrange your furniture. Or I I really, with all the energy we've been having, urge you especially to do a major decluttering and purging of old energy. So home and family is the biggest theme for you this new moon. Scorpio, this is happening in your third house. Third house has everything to do with communication. It has to do with short distance travel. It has to do with hands on projects, siblings. Third house rules so many things, teaching, learning. Maybe there's a subject you're wanting to learn or research, or you're big on research. And maybe it's time to put some structures in place and carve out some time in your schedule for you to learn this new subject. Or if there's something you're wanting to write or publish or get out into the world, setting some time aside, and you may have a breakthrough in an idea of something you're wanting to get out into the world. Scorpio, oh, that is you, Scorpio. Sagittarius, this is happening in your second house. So Sagittarius, this new moon is really looking at your finances in a Capricorn way, going through, if you have investments, going through each investment and looking at it and saying, is this still a good investment for me? Taking inventory of it all at this new moon. You may have some breakthroughs and ideas of new investments, and with this Mercury trine the North Node, you may also have some ideas of how to make money, some new ideas on things that you want to do in the world that will bring you prosperity and and worth, a feeling of self-worth. Capricorn, this is your new moon. It's a new year. It's your new moon. There's so much energy in Capricorn right now. Venus is retrograde in your first house too. You are doing so much looking at and reflecting upon all areas of your life, your physical body. This new moon may have you looking at, okay, am I dressing the way that I want to dress? Am I getting enough exercise? Am I eating the way that is appropriate and good and clean for my body? This new moon will have you looking at all of the structures in your life, revisiting them, having some breakthroughs. You might have, again, you also may have some epiphanies on ways to deal with the energy coming in. You have all of this energy in your first house is having you look at and at the beginning of the year, how do you want to step out into the world? How do you want others to see you? How do you want to see yourself? You will be doing a rebranding makeover of your entire life, and this new beginning starts at this new moon. Aquarius, this happens in your 12th house. You will really feel like going inward. We have Mercury, which has just moved into your house, and it's preparing to go retrograde, which is always a time of inner reflection anyway, especially when it's in your own house. Then when we have all of this stellium, all of this energy in your 12th house. And this happens for you the month before the sun enters into Aquarius anyway, where you definitely need more sleep. Maybe your energy is not as high as it usually is. This is a time of retreat for you. This is a time, Aquarius, for you to go inward. And as you do, with all of this Uranus energy, Uranus is the modern ruler of Aquarius. Saturn is the ancient ruler. Both have been really and are being really impacted by square and trine to this energy, you are really being asked to look at where can you break through? Where can you go through some old energy? Where can you do some purging of the old beliefs that no longer serve who you are and who you want to be before all of this stellium that's in Capricorn enters into your house? So this really is a time for you of deep cleaning, purging, going inward. This new moon, you may not really feel like being very social, actually, the whole month of January. So I urge you, go in, hibernate, do the inner work, write down the ideas that come to you with all this Uranus energy. And you may get some epiphanies and some deep breakthroughs if you take the time to go inward and allow self-reflection. Meditate as well. If you can get away, even better, to somewhere in nature, somewhere alone. Pisces, this is happening for you in your 11th house. You will be revisiting in a very Capricorn way, in a very structured way, your goals, your ambitions, and looking through and saying, okay, what goals do I still have? How have my goals and aspirations changed? And where can I put a business plan in place to make it happen? And for you, Pisces, as we are preparing for an energy that you will feel more than any other sign in April of 2022, but start to feel the energy now, start to do the energy now. This energy that we have in April will be your two rulers, Neptune and Jupiter, conjuncting in Pisces, which is really all about the merging of limitless possibility, blue sky your dreams. This new moon, definitely blue sky, but begin to put some structures in place. Maybe it's simply putting structures in place of how you are going to set aside time every single day to meditate or to daydream or write down on a calendar, okay, I'm going to do a vision board on these days, or I'm going to do a vision board every time the moon's in Pisces, or every new moon, or something along those lines. Pisces, you're so good at this. Use your intuition, but tap into this Capricorn energy. Begin to add a bit more structure, a bit more discipline into your life. And also you may be looking at your friends or groups of people that you spend time with. And maybe you make some new friends. Maybe you find a new group that you want to join, but definitely set time aside to look at your goals, release the old goals, and start to put some structure in place of new goals, new beginnings. Thank you so much for listening and staying to the end to listen. Again, please share this video, like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks again.